All right, here we are. Hi, guys. I am very impromptu deciding to do this. I am currently making video inserts for my video that you guys requested. It was the one where I was going to talk about the ingredients in my witchy box. And I decided to share it with you guys because I'm currently making video inserts. Let's see if I can aim you down a little bit. Oh yeah, hey guys, you can see my new tattoo. So yeah, I'm filming this. I used my iPhone XR, if anybody is wondering, to film before I got this, which was at the beginning of this year, like literally January 1st. I was using my iPhone 7 because phones cameras today are so amazing, guys. They're so great. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. But I figured I would hop on here and see if you guys had any questions or just wanted to hang out with me, because why not? Yes, I am in my PJs. I film a lot in my PJs, especially in my pajama pants. If I can't have my pajama shirt on, I will use my pajama pants because pajamas. All right. But how are you guys doing? How's everybody doing in the YouTube universe? What is my hair doing? What are we doing here? I hope everybody's having a good, Tuesday? Tuesday. It is Tuesday, guys. I keep forgetting what day it is because my brain is working very slow recently. But I can see any chat messages there if you guys want to say hi. I am live. It is February 12th at 3:29 p.m. So if you guys need confirmation. But yeah, so what I'm doing here, if you guys didn't come in at the very start, is I'm filming inserts of the ingredients that I have in my witchy box. Things that I keep in my witchy box and what I use them for and things like that. I feel like it's going to be a really fun video and very helpful for you guys if you've been wondering what I have, or not what I have, because I did a tour of what I have, but just what I use them for and all my ingredients, stuff like that. I feel like this is a really interesting thing to talk about because a lot of people don't really share it. They'll talk about like, oh, I use this and things like that, but you're kind of left wondering why they use it and what it's good for just in general. So I felt like it would be kind of cool to share that with you guys and talk to you about that instead of just being like, oh, I use basil. Instead of being like, I use basil because blah, blah, blah. Or I use it for blah, blah, blah. Okay. So turning the camera on. But yeah, how is your Tuesday going? How is everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing good and that your week is good so far. And that it's not been too stressful. There we go. Da, da, da. Sunny night. It is so bright here, you guys. I'm sorry. We are just about to get a major snowstorm. Because snow in winter. Because, you know, it's winter and stuff. I would totally have music on right now, except I can't because YouTube will be like, you don't own that song. But I want to have music because I love music. But they're like, no, you can't have it. It's not yours. No, I get why they do that. I just also, yes, the room is messy. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't cleaned it today. I haven't made the bed. I'm gonna do eggshells. Eggshell dust. See. Yep. Dun, 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 dun. And 30 seconds. Okay, cool. Yay! I didn't realize how boring this would be. I'm sorry in advance. This isn't a very interesting live stream. But you know what I will do is I'll grab one of my card decks once I'm done and pull a card for all of you guys. Or for this week, because why not? That would be fun. So vote in the chat. I have, which ones? Hold on. I need to actually find my cards right now. One second. Okay, here we go. Okay, these are the card decks I have with me right now. So you guys can choose which one I'll pull a card from to pull a card from later at the end of the live stream. So I have the Universal Rider-Waite deck. This one, it's the pocket one. So we can just call this the little blue box. And then there's the Bluebird Linolmum. Oh my gosh, it's so bright. I'm so sorry, guys. This one, so we can call this just Bluebird. And then we also have the Madame Endora Oracle cards. So choose the deck, put your vote in the chat as you're in here, and then I will choose, I'll just pick that card deck to take cards from at the end of the live stream to pull a card for this week. Okay, pictures are done. All right, I'm gonna position this. I talk when I'm nervous. Can anybody notice? Does anybody notice? Does anybody know? Also, I look like a dead person because I don't have makeup on. Sorry, not sorry. I didn't feel like putting on makeup today. So we're gonna deal. Okay. Oops, I still have some eggshell on me. Okay. Papa seeds. Wait. All right. Oh, I'm making a mess. I'm making a big mess. Yep. YouTuber's life, making messes as you're taking video. Fun. Ha. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm a nervous talker. I don't know if any of you guys are, but when I'm nervous, I talk a lot. Which I guess kind of makes sense if you're a YouTuber to talk when you're nervous. But it makes me feel a little bit egotistical because sometimes I think that people maybe think that I'm just talking just because I like hearing my own voice, which is not the case. It's just because I'm nervous and I talk when I'm nervous. Oh my gosh. You know what these remind me of? Poppy seeds remind me of spider eggs, and now I'm very unsettled. I'm very, very unsettled right now because I don't want to think of spider eggs. And now I caused all of you guys to think of spider eggs. I apologize. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, I wanted to share something with you guys because I mentioned it on Instagram just maybe an hour ago. I can't remember how long it was. But me and Erica, I don't want to say we came up with this method of divination because I don't think that's accurate. I'm sure someone somewhere else has come up with this type of way of answering questions before. But we call it the winter method, named after her daughter, because when I was visiting them, whenever I'd have a question, I would want to ask Winter what she thought of it. But the problem is she's not really to the age where she can talk and be like, yes, this option or this option. And I wanted it to be unbiased. So what I did was I gave her options. I would be like, should I choose this one or this one? And she would point to which one that she would think was best. And it's a great method to use with kids because they don't have to like tune in or anything because they're already tuned in. They're all already very intuitive and they already know like what the answer is pretty much because they're kids and they're super attuned to the other side. So our method is for using with adults would be like, I could be like, do you feel more drawn to A, B, or C? And then maybe you feel more drawn to B. And my option in B was to buy myself a coffee today or something. And it helps me make decisions without Erica or other people being biased towards one of the options. Does that make sense? So instead of being like, oh, should I do it Tuesday or Thursday? Maybe they like Tuesday, so they're going to pick Tuesday, even subconsciously picking it because they feel that it's like the right decision rather than it being like the decision that they want. So I don't know. It's a very good option, like a very good method. And I didn't realize how good it was. And you can do it with your friends who aren't like intuitive or, you know, comfortable with witchy stuff because as far as they know, they're just picking A, B, or C or a number. So it's pretty cool. And I thought I would share it with you guys because why not? It's such a good method of divination because it's non-biased. And I use it with my boyfriend, Nathan, too. And he's like, well, I just am going to pick one. I'm just going to pick A, B, or C because I feel drawn to it. And I'm like, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. And he's like, I'm confused. And it's fine. I'm like, okay, honey, but still, it worked. All right, so let's do white sage. Blah, blah, blah. My hands have been so shaky, and I don't know why. It's super annoying when you're trying to film stuff, because then you're just like, ugh, just all over the place. I really like the texture on white sage. It's really, really cool. Like fresh white sage is like very interesting to feel because it's not fuzzy, but it feels almost fuzzy. I like it. Plants that are fuzzy are odd, and I like that. Also, for anyone wondering, I don't typically use white sage. I know that it's kind of in short supply, so I typically use mountain sage because our state flower here is sage, so like mountain sage. So I usually use that because it's in very not short supply. It's everywhere here. So I go about and pick it wild, but I do use white sage for like really heavy duty clearing if I feel like I need it, like really heavy energy. Oh, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram or Facebook or maybe Twitter, Twitter or Tumblr, you will know that I got a tattoo. I got my first tattoo. You can't see it because it's too bright, but yeah, I have a tattoo now. Very excited about it. It's a matching tattoo with my best friend, Jessie. You guys, if you've seen the video of the Jelly Belly, like jelly bean challenge thing that we did, that's Jessie. She's been my best friend since I was a cutter. And she really helped me through that time. So I got it next to my cutting scars, and I got it on my left hand because it's like my receiving hand. So it's like receiving help from her. And it's funny because she didn't think about it, but she got it on the outside of her right hand, which is her giving hand. So it was like super appropriate. And it's the symbol, it's a fictional symbol that someone made for their fictional story that they were writing. But so many people liked these symbols that so many people have incorporated into their like ritual practices and tattoos and everything like that. So these are called moon glyphs. I encourage you to look at my post on like Instagram or Tumblr, Twitter, or Facebook, because I do list the name of the person that created them on DeviantArt. But this was his symbol for water, which is super appropriate because I'm a Pisces and she's a Scorpio, which are both water signs. And we both grew up next to, or we were born next to the water, and we just adore the ocean and water in general. So it was very fitting for us to get that. And it took all of like 2 minutes to do. Like it was just like beep, beep, and then done. And it was great. And I'm glad that it didn't take longer than that because I probably would get very uncomfortable after that point. But it was kind of spontaneous. We decided the day of to get it and the day of what symbol we were going to use. But it all worked out, and it's so tiny that if I do ever want to cover it, it's very easy to cover with like bracelets or even cover up or something like that. It's not like a huge arm piece, which is great. No issues for people who do that, but I just am someone who likes tiny things. Like I love tiny things, so I tend to go for tinier jewelry and everything like that. Okay, oregano. I don't know if you guys can hear the wind, but it's very, very windy right now because we're about to get a storm. And I don't like the wind. The wind is actually very scary to me. Wind and deep water are some of my like most feared nature elements. I don't like deep water, and I don't like wind. It just kind of freaks me out. I'm not really sure why. The only thing that I can connect my wind fear to is when I was a young girl and I was at my parents' house, because my parents' house is very old. My bedroom was on the corner of the house, and when it would get really windy, it would shake it like a freight train, like the whole room. And I think that's what caused me to be scared of wind, but I'm not positive because I'm just scared of wind. And I don't want to like just say that was the for sure reason, because I'm not sure, but that's what I think it might have been. But it was scary because as a kid, you're like, why is my room shaking? My room should not be shaking. Oh no, I'm about to sneeze. No, don't sneeze before you've done. Okay. Sneeze averted. Okay. If any of you are wondering when I'm going to plan on posting this video, I'm planning on posting it Friday of next week. I'm trying my best to get back to a schedule where I'm posting every other week rather than once a month, because I feel like once a month is really sparse and I want to give you guys more videos than that. But I have just been really busy for the past year, like preparing to travel. I'm not sure how much I've shared on here. I don't think I've shared really at all on my YouTube channel, but I'm going to be traveling with my boyfriend. He travels for work, and I'm going to be traveling like all over the world, which is really, really amazing. And I'm so excited about it. I've never even been off the continent. Like, I'm not even talking about like to Hawaii or anything. So that's really, really awesome. I'm super excited. But because I'm doing that, I've had to like pack up all my stuff in my parents' house, pack it into boxes in case like I end up settling down somewhere and want them to send it all to me. Like, just, I don't want it to be like being in their house and getting in their way. So I decided to pack everything up. So for the past year, I've been doing that. And so I've stuck with the one video a month thing because it was easy for me to do. But it was just, I don't know, it wasn't a good long-term plan. I just wanted it to where I could maintain as I was coming back into YouTube after the divorce to do that and not have to really dedicate so much time to doing once a week, because I don't think I could have done that at that point. I just wasn't mentally there. So once a month has been great, but I do want to try to do more. So I do have a call that I've got to make at 4:15, but I will stay on here till then. Oops. Okay. Time. Also, if any of you guys are wondering, because I haven't really mentioned it on here yet, I have a lot of new reading options on my website. So if you have wanted to get like a reading from me, whether it's like a channeled reading, yes, I do channeled readings. I channel. Surprise. I don't think I've really told you guys that, but yeah, I channel. I do channeled readings. I also do intuitive readings, where I like pull cards and, you know, tune in and stuff, the regular standard psychic readings. And then I also have free connection calls. So it's a free call that you can make with me that's 15 minutes long, that you can call me on my phone, talk to me live. And if you're worried about like because I know that when you get a reading from someone, sometimes it's hard to tell if your energy will mix well with theirs or that if you'll like their energy. So the connection call is really to figure out whether our energy would mix well in regards to a reading. So, you know, we can talk about reading options, we can talk about whatever, but it's just a way for you to get to know me and me to get to know you, to see if our energies would work together in a reading. So that's that. And then there's also emotion and energy healing, which is where I sit with you for 40 minutes to an hour and just like, you know, it's kind of like a guided shadow work session. I want to say that it's like that because that's the best way I can describe it. But it's like kind of finding triggers for emotional stuff that you've been through and things like that. And then kind of clearing the pathway so that you don't get triggered the same way. I did a lot of shadow work after my my divorce, because going through that was really awful. And you get reminded from random little things like, you know, a song will come on, or you'll see a billboard or something that will remind you of that person. You're just like, like, it's just like this awful feeling into your heart. And it's just really, really painful. So shadow work really, really helped me with that. So that's why I kind of wanted to offer that to you guys, as like a session of me kind of teaching you how to do that for yourself, but also just kind of seeing what comes up and seeing how we can work through it together. But I'm also wondering if you guys would be interested in me making like an online course about shadow work. Would you guys be interested in that? Let me know in the comments. Because I've been debating doing that. So, whoa, wow, that was not a good thumbnail. Okay, we're not going to use that one. That was a fail. Okay, delete. Yes. Okay. We'll do it this way. Yeah. What are we doing? Has people gotten? Oh Jesus, I can't even talk. This is how nervous I am when I go on live stream. I'm not usually this nervous, but when I don't plan for a live stream, this is when I'm nervous. I wanted you guys to see me nervous because I feel like I don't really portray myself as nervous when I do YouTube videos. Excuse me when I'm trying to talk. Thank you very much. Can you not? But yeah, everybody gets nervous. Oh, I was filming that whole thing. Okay, we're going to delete that too. Oh, wow, I'm spilling stuff now. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Okay. Did I drop it on the floor? No, I did not. Okay, good. Cool. All right. Okay. Those apple seeds. I'm sure this is super interesting for you guys. Hi, I'm filming video inserts while talking to you guys. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask. I will try to answer anything. You can ask me anything. You can ask me anything. I'm not sure what you guys would ask, so I can't say that I would respond to everything, but I will definitely try my best. Either like tips you want for doing things, or any questions you've had just about me in general, or about my practices, or maybe about your practices, like, hey, I'm trying this. Do you have a better way to do that? Blah, blah, blah. I will try to help. Okay. Do you guys remember that? I don't know if I ever did that when I was doing videos with Echo and Toby, but I always said that Echo was helping because she would try to help, but she wasn't really helping. So I called it helping, which would be like HEWP, helping. So I always say that. And Nathan is like, you do the Echo thing all the time. He's never met Echo or Toby, but I talk about them all the time. Poor guy has to deal with my past dogs, but if I end up getting them back, he's gonna have to be good with 2 Chiweenies. Okay, coffee. But we'll see if they come back to me. Worst case scenario is they never do, but I'm hoping that they do someday. We'll see. Coffee. I love the smell of coffee, but I hate the taste of it. Is anybody else like that? I absolutely just don't like the taste of it at all. And yet I love the smell of it. It smells so good. It's so like earthy and just, so good. Like when places like Bath and Body Works and like perfume counters and stuff have the coffee beans that you can smell in between the scents to kind of make it to where it like resets your scent indicators. I will go and just smell those. I won't even smell the perfumes. I'll just go and smell the coffee beans because I'm that person. I'm the weird person. The weirdo smelling the coffee beans. Okay, we're almost done. Okay, perfect, because I have like 15 more minutes. Yeah, getting things done. Okay. This lighting is so pretty for these. Oh, clothes have such an odd texture. It's all like wrinkly. It's really cool. Honestly, okay, so if anybody is wondering, the camera on the XR is freaking amazing. I'm totally okay with Android. I don't want to make you guys think that I'm like really biased towards Apple. I just prefer it myself because I'm used to the system, but it takes really nice pictures. I have been continuously surprised at how good the pictures are on this. But I also really like the camera on the Google Pixel. I've seen that that is really good. Casey Neistat posted pictures of like the same thing, comparing the Google Pixel and the iPhone XR and XS, and then also, which was the other one? Galaxy 9, I think. But it was really interesting to see how all the different cameras work together, and or how they like take the pictures and composite it and everything like that. It was very interesting. But I do really like the camera on the Google Pixel. I tended to like those pictures more than the other ones. But it's just really cool to see how good cameras on phones are, because I remember when they were awful. They were not pretty pictures, and they would be like super blurry, super pixely, or pixelated, I should say. I make up words. But yeah, I still have all my pictures from when I had a really old phone. I had an LG Trax, the one with the little touchpad on the front and the little like preview screen, so that you could like download MP3s onto it to listen to like music and things. Oh, I got ash on my fingers. And I loved that phone. It was amazing. I was so proud of it and so excited about it. And before that, I don't remember what it was called, but I know it was a Nokia, and it had the little butterfly keyboard, where it's like the front of the phone was all one piece, but then it had a keyboard that flipped over the screen and like flipped out on both sides. It was like a little keyboard. And I loved it. I thought it was amazing, and it was like the coolest thing in the world. And the camera on that sucked. It was awful compared to what phones can do now. And now I'm just like, kids these days don't know how good the cameras are on the phones. They're like so good. You know, it doesn't beat like taking a picture with, you know, a Canon or something like that, like a Canon DSLR. But video wise and stuff like that, it's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, before we go, let's pull a card from one of the decks. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys to vote. A, B, or C? Which one? Post into comments what you feel drawn to, or I'm going to pick one. I'm going to wait, but I'm going to pick one if you guys don't say anything. Drum roll. Nothing? Okay. I'll wait like 2 more seconds. Okay. I will go ahead and pick one. We'll do this one. So we'll do the Madame Endora fortune cards, but they're oracle cards. It doesn't really have any set thing to it, like you know, tarot or Lenormand. Alrighty. No, pick a card. Pick a card for this week up until Saturday. Whoa. Okay. Need one card, guys. One card. Okay. Okay. I always read these like reversed and upright, so that's what I'm going to do. I know some people don't read their cards reversed, and this doesn't have reversed meanings, but I just read it reversed. Okay, so the card that came up was reversed. It's called the Oracle, and it says seek guidance or seek wisdom and guidance from elders. It looks like this, but it was reversed. So to me, this says that you could be going through like a rebellious phase, like kind of wanting to go against the rules and just kind of rebel against the system. And there's nothing really wrong with doing this. It might cause some upset with people who are very rule driven, but in general, this card is saying, like, just trust your gut, even if it goes against the standard rule or ways of doing things. Trust your gut right now. If you feel like something is right, do it. If you feel like something is wrong, don't do it. But be very cautious about your decisions right now. Always think about how it could end up and be aware that that may be the outcome. But if the outcome doesn't hurt anybody and it doesn't disrupt the system in the sense of like hurting other people, just think about doing it. So this is kind of telling us to kind of rebel against the system. And maybe instead of asking people's opinions on, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Maybe just trust your own intuition and your own gut. A lot of times we rely on other people to tell us what we should do rather than relying on our own intuition to do something. So, if you feel like it's good to go to the store before 9, then go to the store before 9. But if you feel like it's good to go to the store after 9, then go to the store after 9. But if someone says, oh, you should go to the store before 9, and you feel like you should go after, go after. Maybe rebel a little bit against other people's advice. I'm not talking about the advice of like, don't do drugs. Please don't do drugs. If your parents tell you that, please don't do drugs. But yeah, in general, rebel against the system a little bit. This is your week to rebel a little bit and go to your more dark side, I guess. The dark side doesn't need to be bad. It's just where all of our little vices and things like that lie. So that is your shadow self. Your shadow self is the self of you that holds all of your fantasies and fetishes and wants and things that we really want in our lives or really feel drawn to, but maybe we don't feel like it's okay to feel drawn to those things. So, take a peek at your shadow self, see what's in there. It might be scary, but it will always be worth it. All right. I hope you guys are having a good day. If you liked this, leave a like down below or a comment to let me know if you guys want me to do more of these and just like hang out with you guys. But yeah, I'm glad I hopped on here and said hi. And I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. And I will talk to you later. Bye.